What's up, everybody? Golden ticket to history here, and just north of Claremont, Florida. And we're here to see the My Girl Tree. It's actually just over my shoulder. It's kind of hard to see with all of the. You can kind of see a little bit of it right there. This tree was from the famous 1991 film My Girl with Dan Aykroyd, Jamie Lee Curtis, Anna Chumsky, and Macaulay Culkin. I'm going to go see if I can get a closer look. So there's the tree right there. The water seems to be a little bit further down right now, so we may be able to get a little bit of a closer look. So yeah, it's right here at a nice lake called Mirror Lake, just outside of Claremont, Florida. It's quite interesting how they did it because they were looking for a particular pristine lake, and they also wanted a particular willow tree. The problem was throughout the entire landscaping of filming locations, they could not find a willow tree that was placed at a lake that they liked. So they made one. They found an oak tree that they took, and you can see the trees right here, an oak tree, and they moved it about 80 miles north. They moved from about 80 miles south, brought it up here, and made a willow tree. As you can see, part of this tree is actually real, and a lot of it is manufactured. You see here, you see pieces of the iron that was attached to it. So what happened was they took about 5 tons of concrete and placed it at the base of this tree. So it's about 10,000 pounds of concrete. It's a big reason why the tree is still standing now 30 years later. It's because of the fact of how much concrete is there. They didn't really realize exactly how permanent that would be. The dock is now missing. The dock used to be over here to the right. From what I've seen from previous videos that have been done more recently, it has been broken up into pieces and is sitting a little bit higher up on the property. But as you can see here, most of the famous scenes were done from this side. So, towards the back over there, that's the one where Thomas J, or Macaulay Culkin's character, was hanging upside down as Veda was sitting on the dock. That's that famous iconic scene. Right here on the left, underneath this branch, is where the famous kissing scene occurred. We had Veda and Thomas J sitting there thinking about, just getting it over with. It's where Veda tells Thomas J to close his eyes, to which Thomas J says, "Well, then I can't see where I'm looking." To which he says, "Just do it." Balls up her wrist. So this is the famous My Girl Tree. Definitely is quite pristine. The big reason I call it Mirror Lake is there's actually 3 lakes around here. One of the unique things about Lake County is there's over 1,000 lakes in Lake County, Florida. Nice little interesting fact. But as you see, there is still some remnants of actual pieces of wood. This is actually a piece of wood here. However, right there is actually metal. So they reinforce the pieces of oak with metal. You see the nails they used to nail it together. Actually, the gentleman who created this tree has a website and I'll put the link below, where he shows pictures and highlights all the different stages of how he created this tree.
Maybe we should, just to see what's the big deal.
But I don't know how.
Here, practice on your arm like this.
Like this?
Mm-hmm. Okay, enough practice. Close your eyes.
Then I won't be able to see anything.
Just do it.
Okay.
Okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 2.5, 3. Say something, it's too quiet. Just hurry.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So yeah, so you see this My Girl tree right there. Appreciate to Scott on Tape for giving me the details about how to find it and letting me know exactly how hospitable the homeowners are, to which they are extremely hospitable. So make sure that you take and speak to them if you decide to trickle out here. Don't just trespass on their property. Another thing to look at is that they've changed the pattern of their pasture, so they have some livestock. So this tree is now part of a livestock pasture. So you will have a few friends. My friend over there, who greeted me as I came into the pen. There's a few other friends over there as well. So if you don't mind having a few cow friends, then you should have no issues here. But make sure that you stop by and speak to the homeowners first. They're extremely nice and they had no problems. Just make sure you leave everything how you found it. So yes, so this tree for 30 years, it's still standing strong. It's still looking, considering the fact, not as destitute as you would expect. And there's been a lot of development. There's actually a development right next door where it's been for sale. Eventually, right next door could become a housing development, which could potentially put some jeopardy on this tree, or it could provide some stability to this tree. So yes, I'm going to include some clips from the film as well, so that we can kind of see how each piece was done. Still fascinating to think how they brought in $15,000 worth of silk willow leaves and placed them one by one on this tree. They reinforced all of the pieces of oak that were original with metal, with iron, bolts, nails. If you would have came here 5 years ago, you could walk up around the tree. That's no longer the case. As you can see here, it's very muddy, very muggy. But at least being able to come here and see it is definitely something to scratch off your bucket list. I also wanted to note that it's believed that this wasn't just the tree scenes that were used. It was actually one of the beehive scene, whereas Mike and Thomas J and Veda throw rocks at the beehive until it falls down and the bees come out and they chase them, which Thomas J grabs Veda's hand, runs down the hill, runs across the dock, and jumps into the water. Unless it's some form of movie magic, it seems that that scene had to occur here as well. Whereas the dock is no longer here. If I were to say they would have ran through just back there. This fence would have been there. They would have ran through the trees, there's actually a trail that way. They probably were right about there. Just over here to the right. I'm assuming they probably would have been there. But again, it's been 30 years, so this palm tree could have been not there, and they could have ran right through there. They could have ran down this hill, wrapped around the tree, to the right of the tree where the dock was at. They ran down the dock and jumped into the lake. There is alligators that do live in this lake. There has been. So the question is whether or not how they must have flushed through and made sure there was nothing prior to that scene. But yeah, so that scene was also believed to have been filmed here as well. And if I can find a link to that clip, I will include that as well. So yeah, that's a little tidbit to add in. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. It may be an addition to a filming locations video, or maybe a standalone video. It depends on how the wind blows. So yes, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. So I'm very excited to say that I've been able to come out here and see the My Girl Tree. It's definitely been on my bucket list. I've driven past this road 500 times, and prior to watching Scatter on Tape's video on the tree, I didn't even know it was here. So it's one of those things, it's a hidden treasure here in Lake County. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm debating on how I'm going to go forward. I may take and do some of the filming locations, because the filming locations scattered between Bartow, Florida, where the Suff and Fuss funeral home was at, all the way to Sanford, Florida, whereas Claremont's right in the middle of those two filming locations. So this tree is right in the middle, and this tree is actually the closest location to my home. So I want to take an opportunity to come out and see it. So yeah, our friends are making their 15 seconds of fame as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you think. What would you like to see next? There's going to be some new things coming here in the near future. There's going to be some other filming locations done, some famous graves done, some historical places as well. As always, remember that the golden ticket to history is getting out and seeing it. So hopefully you enjoyed getting out and seeing the My Girl Tree with me. Till next time, happy history hunting.